Good morning. What's cracking, everybody? First and foremost, if I'm off a little, it's because I'm still sick. I got the pneumonia. Pneumonia. It's kicking my ass. I will be. I actually stayed home so I can get some rest. I still have a fever, so I just kind of like wanted to rest, but I can't. I'm restless. Uh, but I did want to address them. Somebody asked me to do a reaction to Blue Devil on him losing his phone. And somebody else wanted me to do reaction on uh, his conversation with some guy named Criminal. You might know who he is. I barely know who he is. The only reason I know who that guy Criminal is because he did an interview with Shady Boy. Uh, that's the only reason I've never heard of Criminal before that. Apparently he's a rapper. Um, so this is not about Criminal, but unfortunately he's a part of this. From what I understand. So the first thing I want to get into is Blue Devil saying he lost his phone. Somebody's jacked his phone. Um, the reason I'm gonna get into it is because of what I heard Blue Devil say, and I'm being serious, even about his name right now because of what I heard. Apparently, he said that he thought he had lost his phone. He looked everywhere for his phone, couldn't find it. Went through Siri, told Siri, "They found my phone." Siri says he couldn't find the phone, connect to the network. Blue Devil says he has 100 phones, but he can't find that phone, right? Hey, that's a trip. I just noticed that right now. I said that word series, and my phone started recording. That's a trip. I didn't know iPhones do that. So one thing, him saying series, it left me an impression that the phone that he lost is an iPhone. Okay, so he lost an iPhone. Damn, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me lately. Anyways, so he proceeds to say that the phone he lost or got stolen wasn't on the network, so somebody stole it. Okay, we know he didn't lose it outside his house because he doesn't go outside his house. I didn't meant that to be a joke, but it turned out to be one. Anyways, so apparently he lost his phone, right? His phone got stolen. Somebody jacked it. Now, it's convenient that he lost his phone at this time. One, uh, apparently he was waiting for me to send the video uh, that me and him were talking about, which is going to make him look bad and make him want to not address the situation because he's in the wrong. And he would have to admit he's in the wrong. And I don't think he's mad enough to do that. So, two, this criminal character. Blue Devil says there's a conversation on his phone that has to do with a career ending conversation with Criminal. Like I said, I don't know Criminal from. I walk down the street right in front of him. I don't know who this man is. I don't. I only seen him. I think it was once with Shady Boy. I was more listening than seeing, so I don't know anything about the guy. So I'm not gonna talk bad about him. But Blue Devil said that it was a career-ending conversation. that he wasn't worried about anything on that phone but that one conversation with criminal. I asked myself a couple questions. If there's a career ending conversation that criminal's having, why is he having that conversation with criminal? Who is he to have a career ending conversation with? One. Number two, we all know iPhones are secure. You can wipe them clean. You can do a lot of things with them. But you can't retrieve the information off the cell phone, off the iPhones. Only Apple can do that. The reason I know this is because there has been criminal cases where detectives have to go and get court orders for Apple to release this information off the iPhone because they're so secure. And it was all over the news a while back about that. iPhone refusing to give up the information, and the detectives needed the information. So it was all in the news lately. So that would tell me that iPhones are pretty secure as far as information. Now, if you're not sure, if somebody stole your phone or you lost your phone, but we're pretty much losing your phone out the door because you don't go out your door, you don't go outside, so you're always inside. But what would possess you to tell somebody if, by the way, if you find my phone and it gets released, it's not my fault. That career ending conversation I had with you, criminal, it's not my fault. Now, that leads me to wonder if this is just a ploy to act like a ploy so he can let out that information without it being without being blamed for it or attempted to be blamed for it. Somebody stole my phone because that conversation on that phone has a career ending for a criminal. Now, I know if I lost something, let's say I lost my wallet, right? And I had $100 bill. Let's say $100. I'm cheap. I'm poor. I don't know. Let's see what I got in my wallet right now. I got like $1 in my wallet. So, if I lose my wallet and I'm not sure where I lost my wallet and I put it out there, hey, you know what? I lost my wallet. But I got a little secret compartment in there with $100 hidden in there, right? Just for an emergency. Just for emergency. Right? What kind of sense does it make me to go and tell somebody, hey, check it out. I lost my wallet, and in that secret compartment, I got $100, but I don't want nobody to know about it. But if I lose my money, I lose my money, but I really don't want nobody to know about it. That don't make no sense. Why would he talk about, if he supposedly has all these YouTubers and all these addresses and phone numbers and all this good stuff about YouTubers and rappers and whoop-de-whoop, all these people, right? Why is he specifying that one conversation or putting the spotlight on that one conversation? See, this is what you call a weak game. This is the kind of game you play thinking you're slick, but you're not too slick. You're not that smart. You're not that bright. That's some weak ass kids games that people run. That's my impression of it. That's my honest to God impression is Blue Devil running some kind of game, and it's weak. Why would you bring light to something you don't want nobody to know about? Right? Why would you bring light to that specific conversation and then put it out there. It's career ending. Give all these information and all these clues to what's about to come out. That's weak game. That's a setup. It's weak. There's no way around it. Somebody wanted me to break out in the conversation. I broke it down. Whatever reason that conversation was taking place with Blue Devil and Criminal, and that guy Criminal gave up his whole shebang about, I'm going to tell you, Blue Devil, but this would end my career. Makes no sense to me. Then your phone's gone and you want to say, well, if it gets leaked, it's not my fault. But you know what it has on there? It has all this career-ending shit for Criminal. Don't make sense. So that's my thought on the phone call with Blue Devil. Okay. There was also a conversation with Criminal, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same Criminal this conversation was about. So this conversation that Criminal has, he calls in. It's about a phone call, right? He calls into Blue Devil's live. And he starts questioning him about, he wants to know the inside joke about some kind of clout chasing, comadre, something to that effect, right? It would caught my eyes. Caught my ear, and I wasn't even paying attention to really. Was when he said, the biggest podcast. And I thought about, hey, that's what Blue Devil told me. Then somebody explained it to me. He said that he wasn't talking to me about being the biggest podcast. That he was referring to this guy named Criminal. Making fun, clowning him. Blue Devil goes on to say, hey, check it out. It wasn't meant for anybody. For in general, whoever felt like it. But the thing about that is the way Blue Butt Plug worded it. I am the biggest podcast on the West Coast. He said those words to me. Okay. Supposedly counting about somebody else. And not about me. I ain't about me because I got the smallest channel on the West Coast, the East Coast, the Central Coast, and every other coast. My channel's the smallest. I'm proud of it. Shit. My shit's legit. I didn't have to buy no subscribers like, I'm not going to say his name, Blue Butt Plug, but okay, that slipped. That slipped. Shut up, Nick. Shut up. Anyways, so when I hear Criminal question him about it, I noticed Blue Blood Plug started backpedaling, trying to say it was something else. But it's one thing when you say, hey, you know what, all you motherfuckers out there that are picking your nose and picking boogers and flicking them and wiping your ass and smelling it, you're not specifically pointing to one person. You're specifically, it could be a lot of people or a lot of different things, right? But that one part was saying that he's the biggest podcast on the West Coast. And after I heard Criminal today, talking to him, I know for a fact he was talking about Criminal. And he backpedaled. Which They say they have a conversation in the background on the side by themselves and personal conversations, and more power to you. But I got two things out of that video. One, Blue Blood Plug got punked. Two, Butt Plug was talking about Criminal, and Criminal made it seem that I'm calling you out on it right in front of everybody and God themselves, and let's see what you do. And Butt Plug folded. Now, this ain't the first time that Butt Plug is folded. Butt Plug is folded many times. It's like I've said before, not just this YouTuber, but other YouTubers, that you can't hide who you are. It's gonna come out. It's gonna manifest some way. If you do things, scam shit, and you do dope fiend shit, and you're dope fiend, that kind of attitude, you're gonna do some scam shit. It's gonna come out because you're gonna do it to the next man, and the next man, and the next man, and it becomes the same. It's the same thing. So if you look back to, say, you got your favorite YouTuber, right? And you're not too sure. How is this fool acting? You go back into his videos and you start saying, hey, there's a contradiction, a heavy contradiction. And then he got accused of this. Then you go farther, oh shit. The same shit happened. Just a different person. And so on and so on and so on. I told people before, you can't hide who you are. It comes out. It's going to come out. It's going to continue to come out. People just forget to see that. And that's what's happening with Butt Plug. He wants to portray that he's something, but his covers get pulled, and it all comes out little by little. There's another thing I wanted to bring up. The other day when he was talking about me, he was making fun of me because apparently it was up past 10:45 at night, right? And I didn't realize this. So when I had gotten on, I actually got on at 7:45. So if anybody knows, there's a difference. 3-hour difference between the West Coast, West Pacific time, and Eastern Pacific time. It's a 3-hour window difference. Could be less. 3 hours would take you to Florida, East Coast, to Chicago, to New York, and that vicinity, right? I didn't think nothing of it. I really didn't. I was a little curious. So why are you saying 10:45? It's only 7:45. Then a little while later, I jump on. That's the night I jumped on 3 times. Couldn't sleep. So I get on at 12 o'clock. Maybe 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, a little after 12 o'clock. And Blue Butt Plug is still on doing his live from that same night. And then he refers to me being on at 3 a.m. And I was like, 3 a.m. And I'm like, why are you saying 3 a.m.? But I'm not snapping yet because I'm not the brightest person when I'm sick. When I'm sick, I'm dingy as fuck, dude. You can hand me a $5 bill and I'm thinking it's a $500 bill. I'm out of it completely. So when I get dingy like that, I just don't pay attention to things. So, but they ring bells. I just don't. That's kind of like the day I went out with so-and-so to go get down with them, and he grabs the keys off the security desk, and I can't pull two and two together, understanding that why he have the keys, why the security let to bring the keys in. That's where you have the pepper spray. Me being dingy, I'm not paying attention. All I know is this fool has keys in his hands, holding like a fist. So I'm like, okay, that's the kind of party. Let's do it. I'm dingy. So anyway, back to the story. One of the subscribers gets on and says, "Hey, fool, is he on the West Coast? Is he on the East Coast?" I'm thinking, what? Is he? Did he move out of California? Can anybody verify that for me? Because I know he said he has a new studio, but he wasn't saying that. He was saying he was renovating the studio. Never said he moved and got a new studio. It slipped today with criminals saying that he got a new studio, a new building. It would make a lot of sense if he moved to the East Coast, because the East Coast is a lot cheaper to live than the West Coast. It would also explain why he's getting a little more mouthy lately, because he's not in the area. I don't know. I'm just, I'm kind of thinking right now. Did he move out of the West Coast? Did he move out of California? Did he move to a different state? Um, that happens to be 3 hours away. That I'll always explain too. See, I never understood this. The LA thing. Why is it so important for him to be somebody from LA? I've always been one to be proud of wherever you're from it. I'm from the Burbank area. Still LA County. I'm only one street over from LA, actually. If you really want to go there. But you got to be proud of where you're from and what you are and who you are. And this dude pushes a lot about being LA. Makes you wonder, why is Blue Blood Plug got to be LA? Why does he feel necessary to be LA? Why didn't he claim San Gabriel Valley or the Harbor area or San Fernando Valley or Orange County or Inland Empire or Riverside or San Bernardino? Why did it have to be LA? I'm running this shit all through my head now. I've been sick with this pneumonia for a minute, and starting to think a little. It's kind of go stir crazy in here. So, like I said, I wanted to know. Today, I seen him get punked by criminal on the phone. This guy, criminal. Apparently, he's scared of criminal. Because he clearly spoke and has spoken about this guy, criminal. I think without actually saying his name, but just referring to the way criminal spoke. Because when I heard criminal say, "I'm the biggest podcast in the West Coast," I was like, "Hey, wait a minute. That's what Blue Devil told me." Ooh, now I get the troll. He was trying to do a double troll. Troll on me and troll on criminal at once. This is the thing. Why be something you're not? People change on YouTube to be more relevant. People will tell you what you want them to hear, what you expect out of them. They're gonna tell you that's them. He even went on. Blue Devil even went on to make a statement about, this is not about gangbanging. This is about real life situations and whoop de whoop, right? Well, what I talk about is not about how prison is run. It's none of my business. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Whatever happens in prison is none of my business. You haven't heard me talking about that guy from this 70s show that got beat up, right? You haven't heard me talk about none of the war stories, about who I've met in prison, who I did time with, what happened in prison. As far as you guys know, I went to the nicest prison in the world. I went to a Disneyland prison where nobody ever got hurt and nobody ever got touched. Because I don't talk about shit like that. Blue Devil likes to compare prison and jail time, regularize him being a gangbanger north and south. He brings up all this stuff because he wants to feel relevant. Now, I don't know, like I said, I don't know who this criminal is, but obviously, criminal punked the crap out of Blue Devil today. I actually felt sorry for him. You know what I felt like? And I will bring this up. I felt like if I was in the county jail and I watched a gang member punk a wannabe, same thing. That's what I seen today. Made me feel sorry for Blue Devil. It really did. It really made me feel sorry for him. I might just get off his bumper now because what I seen today, two prone. One, he's playing a game, a weak game, about him losing his phone. He didn't lose his phone. He doesn't seem like the type of person that's just going to leave his phone randomly somewhere and not know who's in his house or who's in his mom's house to not know who took his phone. One, two, iPhone is very secure. That shit is not gonna get broken into. And then you got a connection to iPhone. iPhone's not gonna put up with it. Okay. So he's already planning for that information to get leaked to go after criminal for whatever reason. Him and criminal got something going. I don't know what it is. I already know what he plans for me. He's made it very clear. He has made a plan for me to get my channel wiped off. Right? Completely taken out. And he even said how he was going to do it. He's going to start sending trolls or robots, buy me bots for my channel, right? He says it's possible. I didn't know that. And maybe that's what he wants to do is buy me a bunch of bots and then have my channel taken down. We'll see. He's I've taken precautions, whether you realize it or not, blue butt plug. I'm not that stupid. You might think I am. You might think I'm not that business savvy. You might think, oh, he doesn't have very good education or this or that. Dude, I'm pretty fucking savvy. I'm pretty fucking savvy, dog. I'm vicious when I need to be. Not just violently, but mentally. So, I got a feeling that's why he's gonna go out. That's how he's gonna go after my channel. Which, more power to you. Handle your business. He also has a very bad problem about telling on himself, which is gonna be his downfall. One, give an example. I know this is lasting long today, huh? Right? So let me give an example of this, okay? One, he talked about when he went out, right? I took my portable heater. It was chrome plated. Because I gangster like that. He took the portable heater. He was about to heat somebody up, right? That's his thing. We all know what he was talking about. Strike one. Bang! Strike one. Homeboy told on himself. So now, if he ever happens to go outside, he's driving down the street, the cop sees him and cop says, oh, I seen that fool one day. He was talking about he had a portable heater because he gangster. What does he do? The cop pulls him over, busts him, he's done. Whose fault is it? Him, he told on himself. Two, talking about bots, buying bots, right? Buying how fast he moved up to 44,000 and whoop-de-whoop. I was getting 7,000 views, 7,000 subscribers a day or a month or whatever it is, okay? Just the other day, what did he do? He opened his mouth and said, when you buy bots, you can't buy a big number of them at one time or they will catch you. Two, when you buy bots, make sure you buy the bots for your live views. Something I didn't know. All I know is at a certain stage of my YouTube channel, I got some emails and said, I can sell you bots, subscribers for X amount of money for this amount of subscribers, guaranteed. You will not get caught. I know how to do it. Okay. No, thank you. Bless you. Have a good day. So what does he do? He's told on himself again. So obviously he's bought bots. He wants to run and tell everybody it's organic. My channel is organic. And you're 5'10". You're 6 foot. If your shit's organic, you're 5'10" and you look like a fucking Chippendale dancer. That's if you didn't buy bots. I know for a fact you bought bots. You've got a habit of telling on yourself. This is what you do. That's what I'm saying. People will tell you who they are. Then, I kind of lost myself. That's what happens to get old. So then, what does he do? Apparently he loses his phone. And what he's already telling you what he's gonna do. I'm gonna leak that conversation with criminal, and I'm gonna say it's not my fault, because he's not worried about him. He's worried about criminal. Told on himself. The game's already exposed. He exposed himself a long time ago. They're telling this is the type of person he is. This is the type of person a lot of these YouTubers are. Is they will tell you who they are. You just gotta open your eyes and see it. Told him, I am gonna film the one where it was Sunny or American Troller versus Sunny on Paul's channel. Let me even show you so how easy it is to get to it. Because I need you guys to understand that, hey, man, I don't really want to take the time to do it. To sit there and film this crap. Hold on. Hold on, let's see. This is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to see. Okay. Pablo, LA Times subscriber. And this is the first thing you're going to see on this. The first thing you're going to see on this is I'm trying to find the thing. Is Paul. You're going to see Paul. That's going to be the first thing you see is Paul. If you look this video up, if you don't know the type of individual American Troller is, he shows you what kind of individual. That's the one video he doesn't want nobody to see. Some people have seen it. People forget what they've seen. Okay? I sent that video to Buttplug, and he was supposed to criticize it, critique it, look at it, and then tell me I lied about anything that I lied about. See, that's the one thing I have over a lot of people. I don't need to lie. There's no reason to lie. If I lie, it's going to come out. This is the internet. There's too many people that know me. There's too many people that know of me. And if I lie, it's going to come out. That's simple. Just like a lot of other people. You lie, it's going to come out. You know people. People know the truth. Okay, so he was supposed to critique it. And when he read, if what I was saying was factual, Blue Butt Plug was supposed to get on here like a man and say, hey, I retract everything I said about Sonny. I was in the wrong. I apologize. As a man. He couldn't do that. So what did he do? Oh, he acted like he didn't hear nothing now. Because I'm sure he looked at the video and said, oh shit, I don't want to apologize to that man. And that would have been the end of me ever talking about Blue Blood Plug again. But like I said, he's not a man. He can't do manly things. So that's my take for today. I'm gonna take my ass back down and lay down because I'm not feeling good. Have a good one, you guys.